Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Takeover Tuesdays. I'm your host, Jessica Springs. It's a lovely Tuesday morning. If you tune in with us, you know I'm always excited about Takeover Tuesdays. I mean, how could I not be? Because every week we bring some phenomenal guests on the show. We bring people who are part of our community. And if they are part of your community, you get to expand your community. So it's wonderful to be here this morning. I would like to take a moment. If you've never joined us before, I always like to take this moment to explain what Takeover Tuesdays is, why this show is here. So it all started in support of small business owners and connecting community members. So this platform is a way that small business owners can share their story, share their product, share their service, share who they are. And many times we know the business, or maybe we don't know the business, but we don't know who's behind the business and how they got started. And that backstory is really important as into their journey of how they got to where they are right now. So that's what this show is all about. And this morning, I have a special guest, as always. And I think I said this a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. This guest is in my industry. Sometimes that happens, not always. So I'm going to be a little bit biased in a good way. I'm just kept putting out that full disclaimer because this is in my wheelhouse. It's something I really have a passion about. So I know we're going to have a phenomenal interview. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Cleveland King. Good morning, Cleveland.
Good morning, Jessica. How are you doing today?
Oh, I think you're on mute. Cleveland, are you on mute?
No, I'm not on mute. It doesn't say mute there. Press and repress and double check and read it.
Let's see let me see if I can now.
What can we do?
And I'm trying to relive.
I can.
So you can hear me.
You with that?
Okay, maybe I'm thinking what you could do. So this has happened once before. Maybe pop out of the stream and then come back in.
Okay, pop out. Say goodbye and say come on in. All right, let's try that.
Let's see. All right. Well, hang tight with us. Okay, so he popped out. You gotta love technology. He's gonna come back in the studio and hopefully that solves the problem. I don't want to give away who Cleveland is yet. I want him to be able to introduce himself. So let me add him back.
Am I back?
Can you hear me? I can see your lips moving, but I can't.
I will talk in a way.
Hold on, Cleveland. I'm trying. I'm seeing if there's anything I can do on my end. Thank you for your pay. Those of you that have joined us, good morning,
Najla.
Hang tight. We're going to figure this out.
It's probably me.
You might have to write cue cards the whole time.
I have notes I can write.
Let's see. What can we do? So on my end, you are not muted on my end. Let's see. Okay, I can hear you.
You can hear me.
I can. Okay. I don't know what. I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna try to get back.
Okay.
Still good?
Yes, you were good. You were good. Yay!
Great. All right. Where are we at?
All right. So I just introduced you, and we're just we always, Cleveland, dive right in. So you please feel free to introduce yourself again. Tell us who you are, what your company is, and we're just going to start chatting about your story.
Okay. It sounds good. Well, my name is Cleveland King, and I am the architect of the Legacy Homebuyer programs. And those are programs that help people of color get into homes for $1,000 total cost. So we pay for the earnest money, we pay for the down payment and the closing costs. A lot of times we don't have, mom and dad that can come around and give us $5-10 grand to get into a property. So I made it as easy as possible you can get into a house or a condo or whatever it is for less than it would cost you to get into a apartment. So that's one of the programs. There's several other programs. I think the other one that's most important is that a lot of times people get rich off of the backs of people of color by having these houses. You know, you have a house, say it's Big Mama's house or whatever, and it was in bad shape. She never really updated it by the time it's time to sell it. So we have a program. We partnered with Mavi Malargo, a construction company, and they will come in and they will fix the house and update it to what current conditions are, and then you can sell it at top dollar. So in the past, what has happened is these flippers come in and they buy your house for cash or whatever it is, and it's in a great neighborhood and maybe needs $20,000 or $30,000 in that we don't have, and they come and they flip it, and then they make several $100,000 that our community or our family has lost. And you see that over and over for generations. And I figured, you know, I myself grew up in the cartoon age where the cavalry always comes, and if you do the right thing, you're always going to get the right thing is going to happen, and the good guys always win. Well, that's not what happens now, especially if you look like me, because we're considered the bad guys. Mm-hmm. So people in our community are always getting just screwed over and over again, and eventually someone has to stop that. And I realized that these programs are based on programs that the government had offered other communities 60 and 70 years ago. So I say that I'm the architect, but I'm really not, because these programs existed 70 years ago. And what they did was the government money came into the banks, and the banks redlined the communities and made sure Black and brown communities couldn't participate in all those years of equity 70 years ago. So my program is based on the programs that they had years ago. It's the exact same one, actually. A little difference here and there. And it worked then when home ownership was only at 40-50% of the country, and now it's like 70. What is it? I looked at CNN today. It was 76% for Caucasian Americans and 45 or something for people of color, black people actually. The difference is they have the white folks and then they have the Black folks, and everybody else is in between. And but the highest is the white folks, and the lowest is the Black people. And if you look at that and you think about the racial equity disparity in this country, you see why that there's this dysfunction of wealth. There's this huge gap of wealth between Black folks and other folks, and it's because they redlined us out. So these programs are meant to start us over, basically. So come on in, give me a call, and we'll get you into a house. And I know that I'm talking to the majority of people of color, because if you think about it, 46% of us own homes. So if we own our home, we know somebody else that doesn't own a home, because that's over half of us. Eventually, this program will be in the brown community, but there's a lot of roadblocks that I've found in our community that I didn't expect. I didn't realize there'd be this, what am I going to say? We sabotage ourselves. Half of my clientele, I actually can put into homes, and I think is this shock of, oh my God, I can buy a house. And after years and generations of their mom couldn't buy a house, their mom's mom can buy a house on both sides, it's like, oh my God, I can buy a house. Once we get through the process, they just do some things to sabotage themselves, and I can't get them in. So
yeah,
that is the program. And now that I know that you're a realtor in the community and are trying to get people in homes, I'm thinking maybe me and you can work together. I work for a team too. It's right here.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you.
Can you see it?
I see it big.
You see it? I want to make sure that's my team. And we are trying to change the world. And I need people like you to help me change the world. What do you think, Jessica? You think about it?
You are putting me on the spot. Now you know you're putting me on the spot.
I have a team. Okay, you know.
I will say your name, legacy. Seriously, all jokes aside, legacy. I talk about that in my circles all the time. My colleagues.
I heard you.
Yeah.
You do talk about the legacy. Let's help some other people have a legacy.
Yeah.
It's not about the money, right? All the time. I mean, you'll get some money.
Yeah. And it is really because this is one of the ways that we have not been able to build a financial legacy, in my opinion, is everything you just talked about, the disparity between blacks and whites and owning homes. And you are right on that stat, because I just listed that stat too in a newsletter. And you're right. It's about 75% of whites are typically, as currently in 2021, owning homes, and 40+% of blacks are. And that's a big disparity.
The equity of these families are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, so the white families average equity is what is it? It was $188,000 today in the CNN newspaper. Mm-hmm. $188,000 per family. So that allows their family to get $10,000 or $15,000 to get the next generation in a house. The average black family is, what is it, 24,000, and that's up from 17,000 the year before. So we've gained what, $7,000? Great. If you only got 24 or 17,000, you can't lend your kid $10,000 to get a crib. But this way, you don't have to, because it's only $1,000. And how we get that $1,000, so you know, is the only cost that you have to pay is the inspection cost, and that's going to be depending on the size of the property and where it's at and who you hire. And you have to pay for the appraisal cost, and that's anywhere between $600 and $700. So it's a guesstimate, and sometimes those things are already paid for. So I had a couple of clients who actually got into a house for $500 total, and then once you buy a house, you don't have a payment for 2 months. Okay, so she got in the house for $500. And then I had another client who didn't pay anything because the appraisal was already done, and so was the inspection. So to me, this is the equalizer. It's for everyone in every community, but in our community, it's only advertised, because I don't think I have to advertise it in the white or the Hispanic community. When I share this program with somebody that looks like me, there's this instant procrastination, and they may or may not call. I might call them again and remind them. If I share this in the white community, they have their pen and paper out. Before I can get the number out, they've called people and sent them to me, and I'm like, this is crazy. Why is this like that? Something has got to change. I'm sorry, I got all this energy, emotion.
No. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's dive a little bit deep into that. I would like to, I know I have my thoughts on this, but of course this is your interview. So I want to hear what do you think, why do you think that mentality is with blacks? Because I agree. I have the same experience when I pursue or customers who've come to me. Typically, they kind of, like you said, even if they're prepared and they've done the credit work and they've done this and they've done that, they tend to, I agree with you. Let's just be real. My black customers tend to not call me back. I kind of have to really push them to move forward, and I know there's fear and things involved. Whereas a white customer is all about it. They're like, what do I got to do? Tell me what's next. What do you think that's about?
We have been conditioned to sabotage ourselves. Over 400 years of that it's gotta get into our psyche. If you think about it, if their grandparents didn't own a home and their parents don't own a home and no one around them owns a home, then they think, well, I can't do it either. So a lot of real estate, even though we're realtors, it's not real estate. We're actually psychiatrists, and we're trying to encourage our group to get property because we don't think we can. There was this experiment I did in the 6th grade, and in one of our classes, we put a whole bunch of frogs in a big bucket, and we put a cover over the bucket, right? And the frogs would try to get out, they never could get out. Then after a week, you could actually remove the cover, and they would stop jumping. Well, I think our culture has stopped jumping. Black people have stopped jumping. We no longer think we can get out, even though there's no cover or no lid over the jar. We have to just move forward and get out. And I will do anything. Like yesterday, I was literally driving a U-Haul and helping some of my clients unload some stuff to get their house clean so they could put it on the market. But the majority of my clientele are also Black females. And thank you, ladies. Thank you. You are the backbone of the Black community. And without you, I probably wouldn't be in business. But without you, we as a people probably wouldn't be, we wouldn't even be relevant at all. We'd probably be almost extinct. So most of my clientele are Black women, and they're doing it by themselves. They're either in a household where there's a guy there who doesn't work, playing video games or whatever he's doing. He's not providing the support of the typical Black family, or she's just flat out by herself. And then she's trying to make these decisions by themselves and not having any experience of anyone else in the household or anyone else in her family generations owning homes. So the process takes longer, but I think we're going to get there because, the revolution will not be televised, but there will be a revolution. We're going to get there. We just might not get there the same way that you see now. I mean, my ancestors were raped, tortured, killed, hung, lynched, and that's how they got us here. This next generation, I think, is going to be financial of how we get to the next level. One of the reasons why I say that is because you saw the Asian hate crime bill, right? It was passed in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, right? Where's the Black hate crime bill? Yeah. We've been marching in streets for 400 years. They've been beating and lynching us, but they have the resources and the economics to pay a congressman or a senator, whatever they got to pay to introduce that bill. And they have the lobbying expertise to push it through Congress. We don't stand together, and we can't stand together even when I'm giving the $1 million lotto ticket to change the generation wealth forever for free. And I'm trying to push it on them. We can't even get together to get something, to have enough money to increase our wealth so we can increase our political presence. And then actually, instead of walking in the streets trying to get something changed, we'll own the streets. And then we can get the real change.
Yeah, definitely. It's about, no, you're saying some real stuff right now, stuff that probably most people don't want to say. So I want to stop a minute because we have some viewers that are saying some things that I want to share. Najla, she says she needs to give you a call, and we'll definitely get your information in the comments, Cleveland, before we go. We'll definitely put all his contact information in the comments, as I always do, so you can get in touch with him. And Tiara, good morning. She says, that's right. We've been conditioned to sabotage ourselves. Oftentimes we don't really know how to get started or really what to do. So you talked about that earlier, Cleveland, about the sabotage. Tell me how you help customers and clients get out of sabotaging themselves. What do you do to support those efforts?
We have a couple of things. So most of my clients, if you ever buy a house or even talk to a realtor, first thing they want you to do is put you under contract. Let me hurry up and get you under contract so I can guarantee if you find something else, we're going to be able to get a profit off of that. There's no contracts at all. We start looking as soon as you qualify. Once we get to the process of finding you a house, then you sign a contract. There's no obligation. I don't want you to feel like you're stuck into any situation. I want you to succeed. If I can't sell you a house, maybe someone else can. But what I do see is what happens is what I do say is if I can't get you in a house and you quit the program, I can't let you back in because I'm not going to continue to waste my time with somebody that hasn't figured out what they want. Because I try my best to educate the clients, not only from a personal standpoint. We have classes that help you understand the house buying process. Not only, if you go the Chaffa route, Chaffa has their program, but I don't think that Chaffa program really hits all the angles from our community because we have different challenges. So I have a separate program that is also a requirement in order to get all the grant money to get that $1,000. And my clientele gets into that program. They learn more. If that doesn't fit, I also have individual counselors, which will give them information in order to get the process started. So there's lots of ways that we have that is free or close to free. If your credit's not good, there's processes out there that are free. Some of the lenders that have actually been here that are helping me have free credit coaching classes that will get you to the next level. And I want to put a shout out to the only Black 3 to 5 group in Colorado that a couple of your guests have been on. And one of them is a lender, Cleo. She's one of the ones that work with us that get people qualified, and she's one of the nicest ladies I know. But I just wanted to put a shout out to that because everybody that works on my team looks like me, every single one. So I want my clientele to be comfortable with who you're working with, and to know that we understand where you're from, because most of us is going through it. I sold a house to a Black realtor recently. And because when you speak languages of money and how you actually get qualified, they don't teach you that and going to real estate school. They don't teach you in any schools about how you can fix your credit or how important your credit is, or how important it is to actually own property. So I just want to say it doesn't matter where you're coming from or what your income structure is, or maybe you're getting started and wherever you are. We can help you get to home ownership as quickly as possible from this day. It takes 35 days from today if you're qualified. And how are you going to know if you're qualified if you don't call someone and ask them? No pressure, no contracts. Give us a call. We want you to succeed, because if you succeed, we all succeed. And the only way we're going to change this mess we're in at 46% home ownership across the country is if we help each other. We are the cavalry. We're the ones that are going to fix this. We're waiting for the government. You're going to wait another 400 years for them to tell us they're not going to help us, or for them to lynch us and put us in incarceration and put us in the jails. The only way we're going to change anything is if we do it. And if I lose a couple of dollars or whatever, if I'm not rich or whatever, is not the biggest sacrifice as what my ancestors paid with their life and with their lynching and in the death and the incarceration. We have got to fix this situation, and no one is going to fix it except for us. Oh, thank you for listening to all this craziness. But
no, well said. I mean, you're definitely dropping some gems here. So, speaking of qualification, Najla asked, what qualifies a person for your program? I know being Black is a start.
Yeah, I'm glad you knew that. No. So you only have to have a 620 credit score. Debt to income ratio has to be 50%. That means how much money you make by how much money is going out, so car payments and credit cards. Is that it? Debt to income ratio, credit score is 620. And somewhere within the course of a month, have $1,000.
What about income, like work income, employment?
Yeah, well, a certain income, but usually if you're going to qualify for an apartment, you can usually qualify for a house. I've even helped a few people, and actually my last 2 clients were moving from Section 8, and Section 8 is, I think, is just one of them crutches that keep us back, but that's another interview. But the last 2 clients on Section 8 got properties. So we can help anybody. Just give us a call and let's see if we can help you. But if you don't call us, we're not going to know. Now, I might even call you a few times, but just call. There's no obligation. Nothing's going to hurt you.
Yeah, thank you.
Or call my newest member, Jessica. She's going to join the team. Just give her a call.
You know how to work it. You really do.
I need more realtors that care and are really trying to change the country, because my goal is to have this program in every city, in every state, in the U.S. Now, I couldn't do it alone. There's so many people that have taken discounted cost or whatever because they understand the ultimate goal is not to be rich. Because what is I used to go snowboarding in Aspen a couple times, right? And I only go maybe 2 or 3 times a year. This is a way back, and every time I went to this place in Aspen, they knew my name. Now I know my name's Cleveland, right? So I get that. But why is everybody calling me Cleveland? Why does everybody know me? Because I'm one of one. Mm. And if you're one of one, they're going to know your name because you're there's Cleveland, the black guy, right? The only guy that comes. Well, how am I going to change that I'm one of one? The only way that I'm going to change it is there's other people that are actually able to afford to go. Because if you can't afford to go, you're not going to go. But if you own your home and you have the same mortgage payment for 30 years, now with inflation and everything else going up, your payment is the same for 30 years or however long it is for you to pay the price for your property. Plus you get to write off all that interest on your loan for the first 7 years. And the equity of your house going up is one of the pillars of having wealth in our country, is to own your home and actually to own a business too. But if you can own your home, that is the biggest start.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Jessica?
I mean, I can't say I disagree. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing what I do. So if people want to get in touch with you, Cleveland, where do they go? How do they do it? How do they apply?
Well, they can call me, 1-800-620-SOLD. 620 is the credit score you have to have, and SOLD is probably, 1-855-620-SOLD. I almost messed up. Or you can go to the LegacyHomebuyerProgram.com. I'm also listed on the Black Biz directory on your Facebook page or the blackbiz.com. You can go there. You'll see me there. Have a Facebook page. Call my personal number, 720-296-4147, because your realtor is like your family member. It's personal. Give me a call. Mm-hmm. I will treat you like my family. This program started with my family. And it worked during that time period when I first became a realtor, which was 20 years ago. Woo! Anyway, 20 years ago, there was not a whole lot of home ownership in my family. And I think maybe 1 or 2 people might own their homes or whatever. After I kind of experimented with them, all my family owns homes for 3 generations on both sides. And all my friends own homes. And if you're my friend and you don't own a home, you'll hear me talk about it all the time. You're going to give in and you'll eventually buy one. And you'll say, oh, this is amazing. I should have did this a long time ago. But yeah, so.
Good. Okay. So yeah, go to the website, call you 855.
Call Jessica. She's going to be a member soon. All the information's here.
No, Cleveland, it's been fun talking with you. And this is although this is definitely a serious subject, and I want to stress that, and I'm right on board with you in all seriousness. I agree. We've got to do better. We being Black people, we are doing better, but we've got a long way to go. And we've got to help each other build and grow and get ownership. Owner. So
Owner. Right. You're already a natural. Hey, when are you going to do yours? When is somebody going to get to interview you?
Oh, well, Cleveland.
Any volunteers?
Maybe, we'll see. I'm open to it.
We'll see?
I'm open to it.
You're open? Can we put it on the schedule?
That'll have to be for next season, because I'm glad you bring that up. Our second season is coming to an end, unfortunately, but the good news is you're going to get to rewatch all the repeats while we're gone, and we're going to come back for a third season, bigger and better. So I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having this platform. I certainly appreciate it. Everybody go check out Takeover Tuesdays with Jessica Springs, my homegirl, who's going to be a part of my team soon. She's offering this program that, or this platform that many of us will never be able to have if it wasn't for it. And I certainly appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad to introduce your services for those who have not heard of them. And just please share this video, like this video. We always put it up on YouTube. It's at Jessica Springs on YouTube. It'll be on there this week. It's on Facebook Live. So please share. If you're watching now, thank you so much for joining us. And please share this video so that we get the word out about this program, because as Cleveland said, I mean, it's no reason people shouldn't be tapping into things like this. And yeah, we got it. And Najla says Cleveland is hilarious. Don't feed into him, Najla.
No, don't feed in. I'm serious. But she does need to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
Perfect. Telling you.
Gosh. I have.
Did I already tell you 80% of my clientele are Black women? Did I say that already? I did? Okay. Yeah. Between the two of us, who's going to relate better to the Black woman? I mean,
definitely not your bald head. They're going to relate to I've got jokes too.
You do have jokes.
Najla says, can you mention your cell phone again? And Cleveland, I'm going to have you go back and put it in comments after the show, put all your info in. But can you mention your cell phone again?
Sure. 720-296-4147. 720-296-4147. Give me a call. Have the phone right here. Oops, phone right there. I'll answer it.
Okay. Well, it has been lovely talking. I know we're going to continue these conversations.
We're going to talk some more.
I'm sure we are. Thanks for joining me this morning. Thank you, all of you viewers turning in, Tiara, Manushka, Najla. And again, please share this video this week so that we can get this information out to all the folks, Black folks that do not know about this. We need them to know about this. So thank you so much. And this is Takeover Tuesdays. I wish you a healthy and safe Tuesday and week. And until next time, stay inspired.
Peace. Thanks. See you next time.